what you need to do for the lettering process, unless you want it to look kind of rustic or you have really good handwriting, which I don't, so I'm just going to use the computer. You go to the computer and you either use the same color or like a Christmas color. This is green. This is the only green I have. I think it's too bright. So I'm just going to go with this. And I would not do an inside message because it's really awkward, you have to glue it on and it would be weird. And if you hand wrote it, then if you hand wrote next to it, that could get a little awkward. So I'm just going to do like something in the front. Do something simple. Like if you've got bells on your wrapping paper, you could say like Jingle Bells or like some song lyrics or like Tis the Season or Deck the Halls or something really cute. Or if you've got like a more serious one, then you could say like, you could quote like a verse or something from like the Christmas story, or you could just say Merry Christmas or whatever. Just whatever you want to do. You can add it in. And so just type them up in a cute font, not readable, not too unreadable, whatever. You know, you can be able to read it. And just do it in like a red or green or a color that matches the card. I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to print them off. I'll be back. Okay, so I printed these out, and they're just like basically what I said to do. Yeah. And you don't want the font too big or too small. This could be bordering on too small, but again, these cards are pretty small themselves. So you don't want to draw attention to that too much. And you're just going to cut them with as much of a border as you want. So I guess that depends on how long the phrase is or whatever. This one just says "'Tis the season," so it's like that. And they're pretty small, but I think it's a cute font, and it's pretty readable. Like, I don't think people would have trouble reading it. I'm just going to cut these out in bulk. By that, I'm just mean like cut them all out and then just go, woo! Because I don't want my camera battery to run out, so that's why I've been kind of not like showing you everything. Because that happened to me last time I made a video, which is really awkward. Because then I had to go get new batteries and stuff. And sometimes that takes me a few months, so yeah. Alright, so I've cut them all out, and I'm just going to demonstrate on like one. So this one says Merry Christmas. You can have whatever you want written on yours. And you just kind of position it down lower on the card. If it's a particular design that you don't want being covered up, like these Christmas trees are pretty cute, so I might just do it up here. But usually you tend to do it more at the bottom. My hot glue gun came unplugged, but that shouldn't be a problem because I just used it up. Let's check it out. It's working fine. Okay, so you're just going to take this and put a little bit of hot glue there. Don't burn yourself. I've done that about 3 times. And just kind of lay it on there in the middle. There! See? And that's the way it looks. That's pretty much all that we're going to do. I'll just do a different one. I'll do this one. Season's Greetings. It doesn't really match the whole, like it's green and there's no green on this card, but that doesn't really matter, I guess. So, I'm just going to put some hot glue there. And I'm going to do this one down lower so you can see what it looks like. See? And it's like down there. So these two are what they look like. And I actually have a touch that I do that you don't have to do this, but I do it because I'm narcissistic and self-centered. No. It's sometimes cool if people see your cards and they like them and they know you made them. They'll like ask you to make some, or they'll be like, oh, that's cool, or whatever. They'll appreciate your creativity. So I just made these little things, just printed them out on the computer in the same font, and they just say handmade by me. You can obviously put your name there, not mine. And just put these on the back. I'll show you the positioning of that in a second. Just hot glue them like everything else that I've been doing. Like this. It's on the back. So this is the front, and this is the back. And I just put them right there. You can put the year if you want, but if you put the year, then you might not be able to, like, it'd be awkward kind of in a way to, like, send these out next year, because I'm like, why didn't you send that to me last year? Or why didn't you make new cards? Or why are you so lazy? Okay, so you can just do that on all the cards. and that way people will know you made them, because I used to make them using Publisher, but you can't get any 3D stuff like an effect, obviously. So, and I just like the fact that they're kind of bulky and 3D. And also, when you're gluing these pages together, sometimes they'll come apart like that. If it really bothers you, like this one's pretty big, you can just glue them a little bit. But remember, like a lot of cards at the store actually do that on purpose to get like a texture. So don't worry if the edges are kind of off. I don't know if you can see, but one of them's like coming out a little farther than the other. It doesn't really matter, because if it bothers you too much or they're extremely uneven, you can just cut them off, just like kind of trim the edges. But normally, I mean, it kind of goes along with the rusticness of the card. So these are just a few that I made, and then there's the back, and that way it'll leave you some space to write whatever you want in the middle. You can sell these if you want, I guess. I'm just going to give them to people. So, that's pretty much it. And I've got